Hello students, I'm Sonia Nan, your biology educator for class 10, and in today's video we are going to cover heredity part 2, which is sex determination. So welcome to the class, hope you all are doing well. Now let's start with the lecture. First we have the content of today's video. In today's video we are going to cover sex determination in organisms, then we will see autosomes and sex chromosomes, human male and female, configuration of sex chromosomes, this thing, then inheritance pattern of X and Y chromosomes. These are the topics which are considered under sex determination in case of human, and this is important topic for your examination. I'll try to make you understand this thing in a very simple and easy way. If we see, first we have this question: how is the sex of a newborn individual determined? This is the question we are going to answer in today's video. How we determine that this animal, this human, is male or female? How will we determine that this is boy or this is girl? How this sex is determined? How this gender is determined? This is the topic of today's class. If we see, for this determination, different species use different strategies. Different species use different strategies for sex determination. This is the case. Now, there are species which rely on environmental cues for this sex determination, and there are species which depends on genetics of parents for sex determination. If we see the case 1, environmental cues, we can consider temperature determination. Okay, and in case of genetics, we have genetically determined sex determination. If we see in temperature determined, what we have, in case of temperature determined, what happen, temperature at which egg is kept. The temperature at which egg is kept will decide the sex of animal. Let's say this is egg, okay, and this egg is kept at a specific temperature. Now the value of this temperature will decide the gender of this animal, whether this egg will grow in male animal or the female animal. This will be determined on the basis of value of temperature. Determination of sex in this particular animal is based on temperature, and it can grow in as male or as female. Examples: few reptiles shows this determination, which is based on temperature. So in case of reptiles, we have this temperature determination of sex. Let's say at high temperature, this egg will grow into a male animal, and at lower temperature this will grow into a female animal, or vice versa. So if the temperature vary, the gender of the animal will vary. This is the case in case of temperature determination. Okay, in simple terms, in simple words, this animal will be male or female. It will be decided by temperature. Okay, the temperature at which the egg is kept. Now in second case, in case of genetically determined, what happens in case of genetically determined? The genetics of parents will decide whether the newborn will be boy or girl, and this genetics sex determination is seen in human. In human, this type of sex determination is seen. We have genetically determined condition, so our sex is determined by the genetics of our parents. This is the case we have. So we have two types of determination here. One is temperature based and second is genetics based. Now you understand both. One is determined by temperature and second is decided by genetics of parents. Now how does this occur? We are going to discuss in this video. As we are covering sex determination in human, and in human we have this genetically determined. So we will be discussing this only. Okay, genetically determined, and this is important for us, your exam point of view. We can move further to understand this, how the sex is determined in case of human, how it is determined genetically. Before we move on the process of this determination, we should be knowing what are chromosomes. Chromosomes are DNA plus protein. DNA is folded with the help of protein in a thread-like structure, and this thread-like structure is chromosome. So chromosomes are thread-like structures in which we have DNA, and this chromosome is present inside the nucleus of cell. So I can say that DNA is present in chromosome and our genes are made up of DNA. So we can say that genes are present on chromosomes, right? We can say this. So chromosomes contains genes. Chromosomes in human, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pairs means how many number? We have 46 numbers of chromosomes in our body. In each cell, we have 46 chromosomes. As I have told you that we have 23 pairs of chromosomes, including autosomes and sex chromosomes. Now we have two different type of chromosomes, autosomes and sex chromosomes. These are the two different type of chromosomes. Now what is the difference between this autosome and sex chromosome? There is very minor difference. Autosomes, which are responsible for all traits, for all the characters, like what type of hair color we have, okay, what is our skin tone, all these type of traits, our height, all these type of traits are determined by autosomes. So there are many traits which are controlled by autosomes. All the traits are controlled by autosomes except sex traits, sex characters. These are not encoded by autosomes. Autosomes doesn't control these traits. Autosomes are responsible for all the traits but not for the sex traits. Okay, sex characteristics are determined by another type of chromosomes which are sex chromosomes. We can write down here that sex chromosomes are responsible for sex characteristics or traits for male or female, boy or girl. This character of maleness or femaleness is determined by sex chromosome only. This is responsible for maleness and femaleness of human sex chromosomes. Now, if we see the number of autosomes, we have 22 pairs of autosomes in our cells. We have 44 numbers of autosomes and sex chromosome. Total we have 46 number of chromosomes, and out of 46, 44 are autosomes and the rest are sex chromosomes. So we have 46 minus 44. So we have two number of sex chromosomes and this will made one pair. So I can say that we have one pair of sex chromosome and 22 pairs of autosomes. This you have to remember that we have one pair of sex chromosome and 22 pairs of autosomes. These are the basic things you have to understand before we move to the main process of sex determination. You should be knowing that what is sex chromosome. I will be using these terms in upcoming slide, like sex chromosomes, okay, autosomes. So you should be knowing this thing. We have two types of sex chromosomes in human. In human, we have X type and Y type chromosomes. X is larger in size and Y is smaller in size. In upcoming slide, we will see that how these X and Y are distributed in case of male and female. Okay. Till now we have covered what is chromosome. Chromosome is DNA. Okay, folded with the help of protein. It's a thread-like structure which is present in nucleus. Next we have seen the total number of chromosomes. Total number we have 46 number of chromosomes. And in 46 we have autosomes and sex chromosomes. Autosomes are 22 pairs, means 44 in number, and sex chromosomes are one pair, means 2 in number. And we have two types of sex chromosomes, X chromosome, Y chromosome. Human, male and female. On what basis we will say that this is human male, this person is male and this person is female? On what criteria we will say that this individual is a boy and this is girl? On what basis? On the basis of sex chromosome, we will differentiate persons as male and female. If you see, in case of women, we have a perfect pair. We have perfect pair of sex chromosome. Perfect pair means in case of women, we have both X chromosomes, both X chromosomes in our body cell. We have a pair of sex chromosome, this we know, but in case of women we have this one pair as X chromosome and X chromosome. Both the sex chromosomes are X type. Okay, X type, X chromosome in case of women. So we are saying that this is a perfect pair as both are X type. Now in case of men, we have a mismatched pair. This you can remember by a trick. In case of male, we have this M, and in case of mismatched pair also we have M. So M male and M mismatch. So in male we have mismatch pair. And why mismatch pair? Because in case of man we have a normal size X chromosome and the other is short type Y chromosome. So in case of man we have this configuration X and Y. We have two type of chromosomes in case of man, X chromosome and Y chromosome. But in case of women, we have X chromosome, X chromosome. So now you understand that on what basis we say that this is man, this is women. Okay, on the genetics basis, we can differentiate man and women by their this genotype of sex chromosome. In case of man, we have this XY configuration, and in case of female women, we have this XX configuration. Now you understand that in case of male, if I write down here, in case of male, we have this X, Y. Okay. And in case of female, we have this X, X. One more thing. This is the sign of male, and this is the sign of female. These are the symbolic representation of male and female. And I'll be using these signs in upcoming slides. Wherever I use this symbol, you have to understand that this symbol is for male and this symbol is for female. Now you can remember these signs with the help of a trick. You can correlate this. Females are generally more positive. So this positive sign denotes here female. Okay, this is a trick to remember. So you can, wherever you see plus sign, this symbol, you have, that means female, and where you see this sign, this is for male. Now you can easily remember the symbolic representation of male and female. This is about your human male and human female. Now we can see how these X chromosome and Y chromosome are inherited. Are inherited from parents to child to newborn. XY chromosome inheritance. Okay, and this is the process of sex determination. We are going to cover now how this thing happen, how the sex is determined. To understand this thing, we can start from very beginning, from the step of gamete formation. This you have already studied in your reproduction chapter. Okay, gametes. In case of male, we have two types of gametes. One type of gamete contains X chromosome and another type of gamete contains Y chromosome. So in case of male, we have two types of chromosomes. In this gamete, we have XX chromosome, and in this case, we have Y chromosome. In case of female, as I have told you that in case of female, we have only one type of sex chromosome, that is X. So in case of female, we have only one type of gamete, and that one type of gamete is X type. 50% are X type gametes and 50% are Y type gametes. At the stage of fertilization, okay, at the stage of fertilization, now we have two possibilities of zygote formation. Two possibilities. Possibility number one, this this X gamete of male combines with the X gamete of female. It will lead to the formation of this configuration XX zygote. This is the case 1. And the case number 2. Case number 2, we have Y gamete here. Okay. And this Y gamete will combine with the X gamete of female, egg. Okay. This is egg will combine with X gamete of female. So here we have XY configuration. And now you know about this XX and XY. This configuration of XX is present in case of this is perfect pair, and perfect pair is present in case of female. Females are always perfect. So this is present in case of female, and XY configuration is present, that is mismatched pair is present in case of male. So now you know how this XX condition and XY condition is generated. During fertilization, we have two possibilities. These are the two possibilities. Now we have 50% chance of this condition and 50% chances of this condition. Okay, there are 50% chances of having a zygote which is female and 50% chances of having a male. This is the process of inheritance of sex chromosomes for sex determination. Now, if we see here, see this picture very carefully. This is given in your NCERT, and when you define sex determination in case of human, you have to draw this picture. I have mentioned here that this is from NCERT. See, here we have two type of gametes in case of male, and in case of female we have only this one gamete, X. Case 1, this X gamete combined with this X egg, okay, and will result in the formation of this zygote XX type. And in case number 2 we have this Y, and this Y will combine with X and it will lead to the formation of XY zygote. Now, this XX will give rise to female offspring, and this XY will result in male offspring. Offspring means child, newborn. If you see here carefully, if you analyze this condition, in female we have only one type of gamete, that is X. So whether it's a boy or girl, X chromosome comes from mother always. Whether it's a boy or girl, there is always X chromosome which comes from mother. This X chromosome in this case is from mother, and in this case also this X chromosome is from mother. This is the one point. Second point is the left chromosome. Father can transfer either X chromosome or Y chromosome to the offspring. That mother always transfer X chromosome, and father donates X chromosome or Y chromosome. So here whether the baby will be boy or girl, this is determined by father. Father is responsible for this difference. Father is responsible for this gender, that it depends on the father whether the newborn will be boy or a girl, because father has these two type of different chromosomes, X chromosome or Y chromosome. So it totally depend on these chromosome X or Y that will give rise to a boy or a girl. So we can say that father is responsible for determining whether child is boy or girl. Now we know how the X and Y are inherited, okay, by the offsprings. X always comes from mother, okay, and the second X or Y comes from father. So father is responsible for determining the sex of newborn, sex of offspring. Now you know this thing, and this is very easy. If you know this process of fertilization, process of gamete formation, this is very simple for you. And to understand this, you can watch reproduction chapter video. This is about inheritance of X and Y chromosome. Sum up, then we have discussed that we have 23 pairs of chromosomes, okay, 22 pairs autosomes, and one pair is sex chromosome. This you know now, sex chromosome. And this one pair sex chromosomes are of two types, X type, Y type. In case of male we have this XY configuration, and in case of female we have this XX type configuration. So second case, how this X and Y are inherited from parents to children. So this is how it is inherited, XY XY, okay, and this we have, this is how it is inherited, X X. This is male, this is female, and we have 50% chances of having a male and 50% chances of having a female child. This is the sex determination in case of human, which depends on genetics of parents. Okay, our parents will decide the sex of their offspring, whether they will have a boy or a girl, and it is mainly determined by father, as father have two different type of chromosomes, X and Y. Understood? Okay, this was very simple. So thank you. All the best.